In this module, we'll have a brief discussion on the topic ecosystem and energy flow from Unit 1 of the course GE 3451 Environmental Sciences and Sustainability. So first, what do you mean by the term ecosystem? The term ecosystem was coined by the British ecologist Sir Arthur George Tansley in 1935. The prefix eco means environment, and a system is an assemblage of objects joined in a regular and interdependent manner. An ecosystem is a group of biotic communities or species interacting with one another and with their non-living environment, exchanging energy and matter. There are numerous dynamic interactions that are occurring within an ecosystem, and these are complex. The study of ecosystem is referred as ecology. Okay. The term ecology is derived from the Greek words ekos home and logos study, which means the study of organisms in their natural habitat and their interactions with the surroundings. An ecosystem can exist in any place where there are varied forms of life. Let's consider a small freshwater pond ecosystem. Water, dissolved oxygen, carbon dioxide, and the other inorganic salts are the abiotic or non-living components of this pond ecosystem. The larger plants growing along the shore or floating in shallow water, and the microscopic floating plants such as algae are the producers existing in the pond. There might be some secondary and tertiary consumers in the pond. It also has saprotrophs or decomposer organisms such as bacteria, protozoa and fungi. These decomposers break down the organic compounds of cells from dead producers and consumers into organic molecules which can be utilized as raw materials by the green plants. Therefore, decomposers are known as the recyclers of the biosphere. So, it's evident from the above example that there are two major structural components in an ecosystem, namely biotic as well as abiotic components. The non-living components of an ecosystem are referred as abiotic components, which include climatic factors, physical factors, and chemical factors. The biotic or living components include producers, consumers, and the decomposers. The ecosystem can be generally classified into three types actually: natural ecosystem, artificial or engineered ecosystem, and incomplete ecosystem. A natural ecosystem is developed and governed by nature. These are capable of operating and maintaining themselves under natural conditions without any major interference by man. A classification based on their habitat can further be made, which are terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem is the ecosystem that is related to land, which includes forest, grassland, desert, etc. Aquatic ecosystem is related to water. Aquatic ecosystems are further divided as freshwater and marine ecosystems. Only 3% of the world's water is fresh. 99% of this fresh water too is either frozen in glaciers or is buried in aquifers. The remaining is found in lakes, ponds, rivers and streams. The freshwater ecosystems may be classified into lotic or lentic on the basis of water movement. In lotic ecosystem or flowing water ecosystems, water moves at a constant pace in a uniform direction. In lentic ecosystems or standing water ecosystems, the water remains in the same area for a longer duration. Marine ecosystem cover 2/3 of the surface of Earth. The water of such ecosystem is saline in nature. Oceans, seas are examples of marine ecosystem. And the next one is artificial ecosystem. An artificial ecosystem is maintained by man. These are manipulated by man for different purposes. In these ecosystems, natural balance is disturbed regularly, and in these ecosystems, humans try to control the biological and physiological properties of the ecosystem. Examples include artificial lakes and reservoirs, townships and cities, and so on. Okay, and these are all about ecosystem and the types of ecosystem. Sorry. Okay, you can see these are some examples of ecosystem: forest ecosystem, mangrove ecosystem, estuarine ecosystem, coral reef ecosystem. Okay, next, coming to this topic, energy flow. What is energy? Energy is defined as the capacity of doing some work. Energy is the most essential requirement for all living organisms. As you all know, all the biological activities require utilization of energy. All the organisms in an ecosystem need energy for their metabolism, growth, reproduction, and other activities. This energy that is needed is derived from the sun in the form of solar energy. The solar energy allows the autotrophs to convert the chemical inorganics to organic compounds. Photosynthesis is the process that converts the solar energy that is received from the sun into chemical energy, starch. This energy is stored in plant tissues. Several types of metabolic activities within the plant tissues convert the chemical energy into mechanical energy and heat energy. Herbivores consume plants, and a part of energy is transferred to their body. Later, secondary consumers obtain a part of this energy when they feed on primary consumers. On the death of organism, decomposers act on the dead bodies and recycle the essential nutrients. As energy flows through the food chain, lot of energy is lost at each trophic level. The loss of energy takes place through respiration, movement, hunting, and other activities. And it's estimated that nearly 90% energy is lost at every energy level. That is, the energy that is transferred from one trophic level to other is only about 10%. This is often called as 10% rule, which was propounded by Lindemann. For example, if a plant captures 1000 kilocalorie of solar energy, only 100 kilocalorie of it would be converted to plant tissue, which can be used to produce only 10 kilocalorie of herbivore tissue and subsequently only 1 kilocalorie of carnivore tissue. Thus, the energy from the sun enters the living organisms through the photosynthetic organisms and passes on from one organism to another in the form of food. And the flow of energy is always unidirectional. This means that it flows from the producer level to the consumer level and never in the reverse direction. And this flow of energy is governed by two laws of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics and second law of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics, which states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another, as we have already explained. And the second law of thermodynamics states that only a part of energy is transferred, or in other words, a part of energy is lost when it is transferred from one level to another. So, energy flow obeys the two laws of thermodynamics. Okay. Thank you.